such bad phone ownership. I dropped it and now there's just kind of this weird glow all over it. It looks like I'm using a very patchy filter or something. I don't know, I forget how this is gonna translate. But maybe you can see I have coconut oil all over me. I am so ready to go out to this kind of retro tech sort of like mini convention, it sounds like. Just a lot of vendors, old stuff like vinyls, cassettes, VHSs, maybe like retro gaming equipment or something. It's been going on for a few hours already. I've got the oil on to feel my loveliest and also to protect me in the sun a little bit because I actually couldn't be paler right now, and so I'm a perfect candidate to be fricasseed. I'm not totally sure how to show you my outfit because I'm going to this event by myself and I miss my camera woman. So this is my version of a getting ready with me where we just put on our antique jewelry. Ta-da! You've gotten ready with me. That really is pretty much it. What, I throw on some eyeliner, I put on some lip balm, oil, jewelry, you know, just kind of mess around with it. Anyway, I'm about to go see if I can find some other people that are a lot. I always think if somebody thinks that I or someone, you know, alternative is a lot, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes it's because they're a little. And so I'm super excited to go meet some cool people and just get an eye full of all the really fun tech, some of which I grew up with that's not as popular now. Getting older. So, okay. Well, now I just want to keep hanging out with you, but let's actually go. Now I'm just waiting for my ride to get here. The place that I'm going is a venue that has a lot of events as well as kind of smaller acts. I think they get bigger ones sometimes, but it's mostly more local or smaller capacity ones. And I've heard that it's really fun, really cool. And there's actually an artist that I really want to see that's going to be playing there next month. Dying. When I was growing up, something that I thought was so cool was when I was hanging out with this comic book shop owner, and it was kind of like a comic / game shop, and I just bought them out of all of their back issues, as I've done for multiple shops. If you have like a small collection of X-Men back issues, they were done if I came in when I was younger. Now I have such a large collection, I need to read a little bit more and make a little more room in my life to keep bringing more in. But when I was younger, we would do these things after hours, 80s like really bad movie night kind of thing, watching old Death Race and, you know, movies where the sword bends when they go to stab them. And so I think it's really cool that there's somewhere right nearby that does these different events and stuff. And that game shop, like, it was more like we all just hung out as a group after hours and did those things, the live action role playing kind of games, like kind of murder mystery sort of thing, or again just watching the movie, and you know, I'd be the one there with my drink and just being like, this isn't a drinking event. But yeah, it was so fun. I've had really great groups of friends that are into this kind of stuff, and it's cool being out here in the city by myself, just going like, I have a fully clean slate and I am so excited to just populate it like a flower garden. I'm like, I want daisies and I want tiger lilies and I want some fabulous irises. I want the very greatest, most lovely people around me. I'm so excited for just healthy, good fun with some naughtier types. I've always wanted just the maximum combination of all things I love at once. The best song with the best outdoor moment, the most amazing concert at a really geeky convention, like a hardcore rock concert at a geeky convention and stuff. And so I love that this venue seems to really embody that geek and vintage metal. There's a lot of metal shows there I can't wait to see. And so yeah, I'll keep rambling because my ride's not here yet. I accidentally ended up in a really fun area of town yesterday, and I just find like I'm so central to everything now, coming from, you know, population, what, 2K city, town. So now I get to be in this really populated area and stuff, and it's just so fun for me to see the lights and to get startled by the cars that come by with their music playing too loud and revving up too much. And it's a lot of stimulation, but I spent a very, very long time in basically a mental isolation tank. And so this is really fantastic for me. Not that I was like flatlining mentally, like you're supposed to go very chill into those tanks, but I was very much isolated. And so I love going to hang out with a big group of people now and just be one of humanity. And then come home where I am entirely alone and wondering if I should get a hamster, and reminding myself it is never a pet's responsibility to take care of your human social needs that you weren't participating in. So let's go out, because we don't need hamsters right now. Even the Syrian long-haired teddy bear ones, they don't belong in a house that you're working on and painting. And maybe friends do. Maybe they like paint fumes. Let's go find out.
I just carry it with me in my job and everyday life. Dude, somebody has been so high. Our job is fully engaged.
Choke slam! Choke slam! Choke slam!
For actual arcade stuff, Pac-Man and pinball were actually the mad notes to me. Like I could stay on them forever. But it's been so long since then. I'll probably just swallow every ball. Like I'm like making a living off of that. Like, awesome.
Let's see how I do.
Just
Oh, that's bad.
the definition of being a good pinballer is just keep accidentally shooting it 2 inches above the flipper at a time and just do nothing with all of this.
Flashing lights.
That's the important thing.
Do you want to swap with me?
But like, I can look. You can help. You can help. Nothing. Taking that one. Oh, thank you. I was just gonna peek. Oh man. Board games, but does someone need a Lord of the Rings trivia game just to stay sharp?
I would probably be so bad at that. There's so much in Lord of the Rings. Like you think you know it just because you watched the movie, and then it's like, oh, and then there's like this much.
I think I'd get it. I just wonder if it's like, let's see, 2 DVDs, 600 interactive questions. Why are they on DVDs? I don't know how these games work. But if I did though, like I would kill it at that game though, because I've read the books and I've watched the movies more times than I've thought of my own memories. So like, I'm like delete that memory file. I need Lord of the Rings now. Like, but what's this one? I know that phrase from Venture Brothers. Did you watch Adult Swim?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Fuck yeah, I love people who love Venture Brothers. Jesus, that's the best show ever.
It is.
Oh my god.
I was watching it again this movie. So I like did Hulu for free and just like tried to get the whole thing through the free trial.
There's a movie coming out
Yes.
for Venture Brothers.
Yes. I know.
Here we-
Right, it's recording.
I just found out there's a Venture Brothers movie coming out, which was the only logical conclusion to the greatest masterpiece in cartoon history. So what a delightful companion I have that would tell me the most important information in the world. And then I was like,
still
oh,
hit though, I
yeah,
feel like.
oh, they do. They like, it cracks me up, but it was the first time you'd ever heard that sense of humor when you first watched it, and now everyone's tried to do it their version, right? And
Yeah.
like, no, nothing's ever like the original, too.
TVs now.
Yeah. Well, like, I don't know. It's like I always have like friends that know about tech, but I'm so fucking clueless on like all of it.
I'm a computer scientist.
No shit, are
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Like you're like looking at my cracked phones going, what's wrong with this girl?
No, you're fine. Programs for somebody.
I would say, is it
who
like it's like coding or?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what you end up doing as a job.
Yeah, that's really cool though. Actually, I know somebody who was just getting into coding, and I mean, it's the whole like you just need those first jobs to like show that you're a person, I guess. Do you love it?
It's not bad, you know.
Yeah.
It's decent money.
Do you play video games in between coding and stuff, or does that get to be like I burn out?
I do play a lot of video games.
Yeah.
I've always been kind of a geek.
What's your big one that you're playing right now?
Oh gosh. Sea of Thieves. You play Pirates?
I've played things with pirates. Like I've played like all the like Pirates of the Caribbean, Legend of Jack Sparrow, random.
It does
shit.
have Jack Sparrow in it. They did
Really?
partner. Yeah.
They have to do that. Now he belongs in everything with pirates for all of time.
I did one where it's like a pixel sorting thing, where you like click on a picture and it'll like sort all the pixels below it, so it'll look kind of weird and glitchy.
Oh, cool.
Kind of a
Yeah.
glitch art kind of thing.
Glitch art. Is that a thing, or are you going to make it a thing?
It's a thing. It's
Oh,
not
cool.
a big thing though.
Yeah, that's fair. I was just watching this documentary on Nerdcore the other day and stuff, and they were talking about super like rise and then fall to the point where people hardly know that it's a genre anymore and stuff. And the whole thing was like a rise and fall of like MC Chris, which I thought was not cool because I'm like, I love MC Chris. But here
That'll happen when you go through barbed wire.
Yes, yeah, we're at the nurses station here, and like, you did incredible. You kicked ass. Amazing job.
Now, what if I tell you this was tame compared to what I do sometimes?
Oh wow.
Please tell me where it's tame.
Normally I have like thumbtacks. I've had fluorescent light tubes.
I went through a glass shower door one time.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I've removed one of those and I thought
Oh, I
that
don't
was
go to the
bad
doctor.
enough.
I just patch it up at home.
Yes. So you can see these are real staples and your body jewelry doesn't compare. The best.
I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Badass. You said you want to steal his fan base and like the announcer. Let's see. I think this works. What's your name? Oh really?
I'm glad somebody recognizes what I ripped it off from.
Fuck yeah. Anybody who misses that should be clobbered in whatever your favorite move is.
I mean, I love the bloody ones.
Yeah.
We do like Sin City, whatever.
I got some. Mine aren't as cool as this.
That is. Yours are more sensual. Yeah.
This one I actually have a dollar bill stapled to my face.
I love that. Can I steal this guy and then I love the peekaboo one over there.
What's your name?
Killer. Oh god, can you put two? This is how you do finger tattoos correctly. So fine. So
Yeah,
so
I could not
fine.
believe. I just got them recently, and this one needs touched up. But my artist, she said most people can't do line work that small, but her hands are real small.
Oh, they would argue with you.
Most people won't even touch. Yeah, but she told me come back, I'll touch them up for free. Because I knew any hand tattoos you're gonna
Any
get
hand,
touched.
and you're gonna anyway. Yes. And stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, let me see if I can find, like, say, emotionally.
Like the cheapest thing ever.
Yeah, I was like really drawn in by that camera. I was like, what in the world is this?
I work so much now that like the only way I give myself permission. Yes. Like I don't know. I'll like fucking listen to tarot readings and edit until my eyes fall out. Okay. Yeah, getting familiar with it. The idea to have like pop-up cinemas is like
Yeah, we've been
genius.
popping up since Halloween of 2016. The show. We had to use these.
Oh my goodness.
I don't miss them. You know, as fun as this is, let's be honest.
Oh wait,
All the
these
digital
are
stuff is a little more convenient.
just hopping over to DVDs.
Is not having to put things in the VHS rewinder.
Gosh. And you said so you got these, you cleared out like an old press, like the building, or where you just kind of
posters, I got press books, I got the reel-to-reel audios.
oh, and it's did you just go on like a full like excavation kind of
So
thing?
have at it.
That's so cool. Oh here, get out of the light.
I probably got lung cancer doing it, but it's worth it.
Yeah,
hope
the
not,
best
but-
things give you lung cancer.
I went home, I took a Silkwood shower for like 3 days.
God.
It's just like, oh.
I was hard pressed to not walk out with like stain on my hands and feet working on my house for like a long time. Like I was like, I've never known anyone to get their face put into a birthday cake before.
You just gotta, don't open up your mouth and don't bust your teeth. That's the key to it.
Oh yeah, like doing like a big jump or something. Like you
When
should
you
just
get
like hold
face
your
there,
nose.
yeah, make
Like
sure you go like this so it gets all over you. So when you
you come back up,
see
it's
it,
really
you know, instead of just, like, right on your
beautiful.
nose, so
Yeah.
You really gotta sell it. The same thing as God to have Frankenstein doing it, but it'll come out okay. Oh, Dark City is awesome. If you haven't seen it, that's a great sci-fi one too. Yeah, that one's so good. God, I forget that guy's name, but I love him with the big eyes. The actor, he was in Cold Comfort Farm. Where's his name? The gorgeous model that you are. Why are you so pretty? Thank you. I love it. That's gorgeous. Yeah. It is. That's why I'm like, I will never love again. It's too safe.
It was just a little machine that reminded things.
So I'm wondering if there's any good.
Right.
I haven't finished I'm gonna film your selection.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, so these are
I love old school horror comics.
Yes, me too.
I'm all about Faults of Horrors and Crips and everything. Yeah.
love that stuff. And this is cool because this is kind of like the low budget, like copycat stuff that they did later on into the 70s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the first issue
After
1969.
what was it, the comic book code and stuff like that,
Way
like
after.
trumped them. Yeah.
But yeah, they're really fun because they're so like kind of like raw.
Love it. Yeah, that's actually why I had to get one of their like magazine things here because I love the old like heavy metal magazine and like just all this
me
stuff
too,
super
yeah.
cool.
But yeah, so it's a good set
Yeah,
of this
the
stuff. I'll show you.
artwork is all like the exact same too. Like well for some of those. That was really good.
But yeah.
Yeah. Do you have the same problem as me? I started talking to people who like have a bunch of comics. Like I'm like, do you have 4 or 5 of the same fucking issue because you kept liking the cover?
I do, yeah.
Yeah,
I just,
totally.
honestly, the funny thing is now I have to make checklists because I just like fucking keep finding things that I already had and didn't realize.
I started with checklists and was so responsible and like it was like I need issue number da 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 and then I eventually was like, oh wait, I'm just buying at random and now I have a million copies of each. So cool. I'm so glad Jean Grey looked hot on that cover yet again.
Hey, comic book nerds unite.
Oh, it's not a picture, it's a video.
It's a fucking video.
I'm holding the pose.
Oh yeah, you did such a good pose.
Yeah, good view from back here. So I was saying, do you know is there like a best comic book shop around here that I need to check out? I'm always looking for somewhere that has a really good variety and not just board games these days.
Yeah, and that's not just Funko Pops and not board games and stuff. There's a lot of comics there. There's a lot of comics.
That's what I want. It's just like a comic book world where I have less likelihood to get the same damn thing. And
What an incredibly fun day. This was high time for me to get out in the city on my own, not even having anyone else take me out, and just go to an event when I want to, mingle with whom and how I want to, leave when I want to. I have always, I'm like the last one to show up to a party and the first one to leave when I was younger, and I still maintain that as an adult. I'll watch the time go by and be like, I don't know, I've got some more stuff to do, even though the thing started like an hour ago. Yeah, I don't really let anything put any pressures on me for when I'm doing something. But for a really long time, well, I mean, kind of forever, honestly. Like, I have just been completely off the market. I mean, for really making friends or anything else. And so as I described it to somebody earlier, like I was just like, yeah, I'm like a little bit like a fish that's walking on legs right now. Little mermaid syndrome a bit, trying to get, into a state of kind of permanence a little bit. I think that I just have moved so much and I've isolated a lot. I've actually taken a tremendous amount of comfort from the fact that wherever I go, I'm unknown, and when I leave, I'm just as unknown. And when I have interactions with people, I like them to be really intimate, honest, vulnerable, communicative, super fun, charming, effervescent, all that, everything that we would want in a conversation with somebody or an interaction with them. And then I like to just not ever be seen again and not worry about it. Like, we can have a really, really close connection, and then I just don't need to get a text from them or anything else. So I get kind of my emotional and whatever else needs met, but I don't have any ties on me. It's interesting. I have no problem with commitment whatsoever. I really love it, but in certain ways, I'm wildly non-committal. Like I said, no pet, no kids, no significant other, just now deciding at 32, closing in on 33, that I would like to actually plant roots somewhere. And I thought about it before, but it never really added up right. And right now I'm looking at it going like, hey, all the ingredients of this recipe might actually make my favorite dish that I could have ever imagined. And so this was a big part of that. I got them signed. I got to watch two Viking gods go toe to toe and head to head. They hit each other with everything. I just got this cool, what did they call it? A something zine. They didn't call it a magazine. I don't know. I wish I could remember what they called it. But I mean, there's just like all this really cool content in here. And so I'm just gonna check it out. I just love it. Too frightening to watch, too bizarre to resist. Make sure that you check out smaller artists. As we get older, sometimes we just don't keep up with what's current in pop culture as much. And sometimes I think that we can go, oh man, I missed that new Volbeat album, or like I missed something really mainstream that's incredible, and I'm just trying to get caught up with almost like what's the basics. But for me, I have so many artists that I love that like on YouTube might have fewer than 7,000 subscribers or something. Like to me, when someone has like 1 million subscribers, I'm like, it's probably not even for me, because I love the niche stuff so much. And I really want to encourage you to make sure that you're checking out independent art, that you're really seeing stuff that you've never seen before, and exposing yourself to all these new things. I know we get into the stuff that like we've always loved, and hopefully throughout this, like you saw some of the really different styles of artwork at the tables that I passed and some of the vendors and stuff. This event was where people could do swap outs. So if they had a really old electronic or gaming system or something like that, then they could come swap it out for, I don't know, comics, however they had it set up. And so yeah, I'm just chilling with you at this point. I am fucking delirious, actually. Well, now we're on this camera because my other one got just as delirious as I am right now. It is 1:48 in the morning and I am up way too late right now. Let's just discuss the fact that I have not really been sleeping for almost 3 months now, not in any kind of consistent, reasonable, or truly healthy way. I will have videos on my take on sleep at some point, but in the meantime, my take is that while I've been renovating and working my online job, I mean, I have just been working literally in my sleep. I will spring up to go handle that thing, and it's not how you should do things at all. And it's probably caught up to me that 3 months in, I've really only slept for like 2 to 4 hour increments at best. We're awake. So I just wanted to say that everyone was incredibly sweet today. It was so exciting for me. I was a happy puppy, just jumping up on everything. It felt like I get so excited to hang out with people because I go a really long time without doing it. And then afterwards, I'm like, that's over. I'm just gonna go chill and do what I always love to do now. But I'm going to find more and more people that I'm really excited to spend my time with, that I won't be thinking, I could be editing, I could be writing, I could be painting, I could be doing all of these other things that I'm just so excited and happy to do. And it's not that I think humans and interactions are worthless, but they can be, and you know that. So sometimes it's nice to just put your energy into things that you know are going to go somewhere. Balance is everything. Yeah. I actually am quite a conversationalist and just am flabbergasted and thrilled to bits when I meet somebody else that can really have a lively conversation. That was so fun for me. It's hard for me to say while I'm out and about, maybe because I'm not a professional, what I'm going to keep in a video or not. And so what you end up with is like a lot of random bits and pieces from like things that I didn't know if I was going to put music over or if I would explain further or anything. I think I'm just not going to explain any bits of conversation in here. There is one point where I say that I have decided to not love again, but I was talking about action figure collections with somebody, just the different stuff that we were getting at the event, and I was telling them, like, I was like, oh, I'm just not going to love again after getting rid of a bunch of my collections. And so yeah, but everything else I'm just gonna leave totally unexplained and hope that you kind of catch it, and just know that, like, there was so much conversation that I didn't catch because I'll just keep turning off my phone going, the storage is gonna fill up or whatever it is. So we will get more professional with all of this over time, as a car just is like screaming in the background. I never know what you can hear either. So yeah, I am so tired, and I get to sleep regularly again in, like, I don't know, maybe like 2 weeks. I'll get started sleeping again. Again, I can't wait to put the sleep videos up. I can't believe I got to see a, like, dead format technology sort of convention on a small scale, but then having like this massive indoor and outdoor, like, crazy death match and stuff. And like, that's really always my favorite jam. You're gonna find that all over this channel, where I'm just like, I want it to be super geeky and hardcore vicious sort of stuff. And this, like, this is so cool. Like, if I can get some blood, some gore, some horror, some, you know, fighting, some intensity, and then have like all these like old like Sega games around, and the old TVs, the big clunky boxes and stuff, like, that's just a perfect combination to me. I'd love to know what are your pure delight combinations. Country music and the starlit night, that's it for me. Or if you're like, I just want to be at Six Flags at night, but I also want to be intoxicated. And just all of those, like, best of the best moments that we can think of, those wonderful combinations. And so I'm so fucking tired. I can't believe I'm ending this video like this. What the hell? But yeah, I hope that you'll comment, like, and subscribe for more generally healthy and very alternative content, and come out to some really fun stuff like this with me again soon. I do have a lot of really amazing stuff coming out. I'm just being slow about it because I'm doing everything at the same time instead of just editing one video and giving it to you. So I'll have lots of presents for you soon. And hey, we're almost at 200 subscribers. I say we because if I'm talking to you, you might be one of them. You're very likely one of them, right? So thank you so much for subscribing, and thank you so much for being my friend when I'm probably the most antisocial person you'll ever witness, like, online or not. Like, I'm just deeply unabiding of a lot of social norms and very much a hermit. So thanks for doing this with me. Really, like, it's, I can't tell you what a comfort it is. More and more, I'm just like, I think just like everybody should have a YouTube channel. I'm just like, yo, this is really honestly super fun and comforting and stuff. So, but you see everybody saying that. I mean, we're not supposed to just sit here and talk about like what's going on with ourselves. There should be a little bit more reflection and something that you can take away. I try to make sure that no matter what I give you for a video, that if you're watching it, that you're going to take something away, a fact, a notion that you want to go pursue, anything like that. And so I love the shit out of you, or I wouldn't so vulnerably just sit here and ramble. And